Hey, welcome to Main Street Sports tonight. We are live from the Brick Bistro in Festus, Missouri. I've got a great cast, and also we are extending some of our Main Street Sports guys out. We've got Jeff Whitener with us on the line also. Jeff, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Ray. How are you this evening?
Good. Let me see if I can get you on here right here. There you go. So Jeff is still quarantined, but that's okay, and we want you to stay quarantined until it gets a little bit warmer.
It was pretty warm today. We're getting there. We're getting close.
There you go. I also got Stuart McMillan over with us, and Stuart is right next to me here. And Jeff, you're going to go ahead and announce and give us our guests for tonight. Could you do that for me? I appreciate it.
It would be my pleasure, Ray. I'm very excited about the guests we have tonight. This is part 4 of our senior tour. And I know these athletes have been probably getting this a lot because, number one, they're seniors, and we feel badly for them because their season has been taken away. And then number 2, there's not a lot of other sports going on right now. So this is a great opportunity for us to get to know some of these athletes. Tonight, very, very pleased to be joined. Our first female on the show, our first female senior tonight, Abby Chip. She's breaking that barrier tonight. Abby, of course, is the Jefferson Blue Jays, multi-sport athlete, softball, basketball, track and field. Also, sometime played for St. Louis Chaos. Is that correct, Abby? That's right. Abby has signed to play D1 softball, Indiana State University Sycamores. Woohoo! Abby holds the MSHSAA record for most singles in a season, set last year. She's a perennial dream teamer, all conference, all district, all metro, all state, all world, let's say. Last year, season stats, Stu, you would appreciate this, a weighty 690 average with a 720 on-base percentage, a 774 slugging percent with 58 hits, 48 runs, and 47 stolen bases. Yes, she is fast. To her right, to your left as you're watching at home, Briar Fisher of the DeSoto Dragons, another multi-sport athlete. Briar might be best known for football, but played basketball and a great baseball player as well. Briar also played for DeSoto SNCI Legion team. Briar, of course, starting quarterback for the Dragons and ace of the pitching staff, all conference in football. Passed for over 1,700 yards and 15 touchdowns his senior year. And because of the coronavirus shutdown, schools have not had a chance to get a hold of Briar yet to see where he's going next year. So his college plans have been up in the air thanks to the virus. So hopefully very soon we'll hear a decision for Briar where he's going. Next we have on the other far side, the other bookend for Abby Chips, is Eli Boyer of the St. Pius Lancers. And although Eli did play a little football for the Lancers, he is primarily a basketball specialist for the Lancers. Also played summer ball, AAU ball. This last season, Eli averaged 13 points and 4 rebounds per game. Shot 85% from the free throw line. Pretty darn impressive there, Mr. Boyer. Eli, and I love this name, has signed to play basketball for the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees of the NAIA. So he's going to be a Fighting Bee. I think they're out of the Chicago area. Is that correct, Eli?
Yeah.
So there you have it, Ray and Stu. Those are our senior panelists tonight. Great group of kids. All 3 of these athletes, incidentally, very well known for their leadership on and off the diamond or the field of the court. So why don't you guys take it away, and I'll sit back in the rocking chair here and listen to some of these answers.
Well, Jeff, I don't know if you noticed, but he's actually wearing his Fighting Bees attire tonight. So he's decked out, ready to go for St. Ambrose.
I am.
So.
There's a lot of buzz about that.
Man, so why didn't I think of that? That was beautiful.
Good. Yeah,
that was beautiful. What a way to get us started. I can't think of any other it's any other B puns right now. I was really hoping for one. So, thank you all for being on the program. Really appreciate it. But the only kind of bummer from all of this is the fact that we've had to shut down the entire world and nothing's been able to happen, especially with high school sports. Yeah. So, what did you miss while everything was shut down entirely when we all had the stay-at-home order? What did you miss? Let's start with we'll start down the end of the table. Eli.
Well, I've really missed a basketball gym. That sucks to not have right now. And I've missed my friends and just people.
People in general. Yeah, it's kind of strange being all locked inside. Abby, what about you? What did you miss the most when you were on complete lockdown?
Well, it's a pretty broad answer, but life itself, I think. I miss school. I miss friends. I miss softball. I miss track, what have been doing right now. And I'm not really big on not knowing like what is going to happen next. So, like not knowing what is going to happen next is not very comfortable. That's with me, so I'm definitely missing that.
Yeah, and I think of course the whole world kind of felt that too. What is next? What is going to happen next? And Briar, those same questions have kind of been on your mind too, as far as what's next.
Yeah. With the question though, I'll just baseball. 100% definitely miss baseball. But with what next is with college. I just haven't had a chance to really get out there or do anything recruiting wise, or I was kind of banking on my whole senior year, and I didn't get it at all. So that kind of stinks.
But still having some of the things you're falling back on the previous seasons, and all of you can be able to do that to show off what we're able to do. Mm-hmm. So you said you were missing baseball and life itself and just the gymnasium. So what outlet have you found for competitiveness to continue while you've been kind of on lockdown? So how have you stayed competitive? Abby. Okay, Eli, go ahead.
Yeah. My dad and I, we've been playing a lot of Xbox, and those games get really intense. So that's always fun.
Any throwing controllers? I mean, not that intense, maybe.
Not that intense.
Okay, that's good.
There's a lot of trash talk.
That's okay. That's always fun. Abby, how have you stayed competitive?
Well, I've been doing a lot of turkey hunting.
Hey.
Yeah.
And,
right.
Well,
shoot them.
Really competitive.
Okay, well, I mean,
who are you competing against?
Well,
the turkeys?
I was going to say I'm competing with the turkeys, but also I've been hitting a lot with my friend and also teammate Katrin Couture. And actually, the other day, me and her went up to the ball field and we were hitting on the field itself. So we were saying, who can hit a home run first, but
and
not
who did? You have to tell all.
We went through 2 buckets.
Okay.
And nobody hit a home run. So,
well, that's probably best.
Yeah.
That way you stay friends until this whole thing
right.
blows over.
Until next time.
Yeah. Briar, what about you?
I actually have 3 younger brothers at home. So whatever we can find to do to compete against each other is what we've been doing. And like her, I was turkey hunting too, and that may not seem competitive, but turkeys weren't very cooperative, so it was extremely competitive. So
each one of your brothers hunt then?
Yeah, it's a whole family thing.
So all of you were out there around the same time?
Well, me and my younger, Levi's a year younger than me, and that's who I went out with most of the time. We were working together, but it was competitive against the turkeys, so...
That's awesome. Well, at least you've been able to keep up with something. I know some have reverted to video games, some turkey hunting. It's different for everybody. Myself, I've been watching Korean baseball organization to watch some competitiveness, and that is some fun stuff. I know, Jeff, you've been watching some random, some kind of Asian football league during this time. So everybody's got their thing that they've been trying to keep that competitive juices flowing. Because there's no Cardinals, there's no anything, no local sports.
Yeah.
So it's really been hard. Jeff, did you have a comment on that?
Japanese college football is a thing, and it's on YouTube, and it's awesome. And the level of play is actually pretty darn high. It's pretty cool.
I finally got him to talk about it. I don't think you've mentioned that on any of the other shows, have you, Jeff?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, Steve.
You haven't mentioned it before, that football organization at all, have you? Yeah, you can't hear me. That's okay. We'll just move on. That's all right. We love you, Jeff. It's good to see you. All right. So, staying in contact with friends has been important during this time, I'm sure, for all of you and, for all of us. This is why we're really doing this show, is to keep everybody in contact with these individuals, to show off what they've been doing and what they can do. So, talking about your college coaches and even maybe your high school coaches, have you been able to stay in contact with them during this time as you're getting ready for the season? Obviously, the Fighting Bee shirt shows that.
Yeah. I've been in contact with Coach Ray at St. Ambrose. He's been sending me a couple workouts that I can do at home, so that's been really helping a lot.
Okay, if the workout continues. How about you, Abby? You're hitting home runs, or trying to at least.
Well, of course. But also, I actually got an email the other day from the training coach at Indiana State, and so we'll be starting workouts next Monday.
Okay.
Yep.
And Briar, how are you keeping up with staying in shape? I mean, you're in shape. You're all in shape. It's just maintaining is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we actually have a little home gym, so I've been using that to stay in shape.
There you go. Well, it's a lot more than I have. I have a street I walk on. That's about it. That's my home gym when I work out. Yep. So, what do you miss most about high school sports? Briar, let's start with you.
I would just say just the team, just being around the team, and it honestly was just a big family. And so when you're not with what I could say, for lack of a better term, your brothers, then it's hard to really, I just do life. So to just miss them the most, really.
And being on a team with them for such a long time, too, and then being apart, and it's just kind of a strange thing. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Abby, how about you?
I'd have to agree. I miss my teammates for sure. I miss coaches and everything, and but one thing that I miss a lot is really just like the chaos of it all, because like you just don't know like what's gonna happen, and I don't know. It's always a good time getting everybody together and working hard, and I don't know, just not knowing what's gonna happen with, especially with the people that I play with.
Yeah.
You know, you just don't know. It's exciting. It's a lot of fun.
And that was a wonderful plug for your team, the Chaos. That was good work. I don't know how you got that in there.
Yeah.
That was good. Eli, what do you miss most about high school sports?
Same as these two,
Yeah.
my teammates, but I also miss the student sections and the atmosphere of the games. That was
pretty electric, and you saw a lot of that during your time at St. Pius.
Yes.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, and sad at the same time, because we all miss these things.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
all these things are kind of a part of our lives, and all of a sudden says we can't do it right now. So, but in the future, always we can go back to our high schools and see that again, at least the next season. But I feel like there's going to be changes coming up, what that looks like and how that's done. So. Hopefully, all the government people don't mess up everything. All right, let's move. I don't have you comment on that at all. That'll be my end of things. Or Jeff, we'll have him comment about that kind of stuff. Or even Ray. So, how are we doing on time, Ray? Should we keep cruising here?
Yeah, I think we're good. Got
All right,
few
so
more minutes.
last week was Teacher Appreciation Week, and I think Tuesdays specifically was the day, Teacher Appreciation Day. I kind of want to go around the table and name your favorite teachers from the school year, or that have influenced you the most, and coaches excluded. So,
Okay.
I mean, we love our coaches, and they influence. We already know they influence your lives because they do. They're with you all the time. But what teachers have done that academically, maybe even on the sports side too? Eli, let's start with you on that.
You know, he didn't say I was his favorite student last time he was on here, but Kevin Halley, he was a great teacher. Now, he was by far my favorite teacher, one of them. You know, he really helped me grow as a person the past 2 years I've had him, and I really appreciate that.
Great. And Abby, how about you? Any high school teachers you want to give a shout out tonight?
Yeah, I have a math teacher that I've had for 3 years now, Miss Schochner, and she is probably the smartest human being I've ever met in my entire life. And but like he said, like she's just helped me grow as a person, and has really has really made it evident to me like how important it is to work hard and like stay dedicated and you know, just have a good work ethic, because it's because it's just very important.
Yeah, I agree. No, I'm listening.
Yeah,
You're talking,
sure.
I'm
Yeah.
listening. This is a conversation. You're doing great. Keep it up. Good stuff. Briar, how about you?
I only had her for a semester, but my math teacher too, probably Miss Hollinger, was one of my favorite teachers this year. She just we always got things done in class, but it was also seemed light and kind of fun. So I enjoyed that a lot.
Oh, math teachers being the favorites. What is going on in this world?
What's up?
What is happening? I
Right?
hated all my math teachers growing up.
Man.
Well, hate's a strong word. I did not like. They didn't like me. That was the main problem. They didn't like me. Eli, did you have a favorite math teacher while we're on math?
Mr. Willis
Okay.
at Pius.
Sorry, I had to put you on the spot there.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So we love all of our teachers, of course, and they've had to deal with this too. They're not in the classroom. They're not dealing with all the kids and all the classrooms, and there's a void in their lives too. It's not just the sports side. So, talking about favorite moments, favorite memories from seasons, from any year, just your favorite memories of high school athletic career. Abby, let's start with you this time.
I'd have to say definitely going to state my freshman year for softball. It's the first time we've ever done it in any sports in the high school, so that was awesome. And really in that year, I think the best game that we played was the district championship against Kelly. There's just really high energy game. It was a lot of fun. And then, of course, with putting in track, going to state through 3 years in track and finishing second place, like all together as a team, was really awesome, and it's a big honor. Yeah.
Those are some great memories you'll take with you.
Oh, yeah.
Briar, how about you? Some great memories from your athletic career.
Football, it's always it's going to be hard to say, but it's probably last year's win against Festus in the regular season. First time that we had beaten Festus in 20 years. So that was a big one to cross off, and it was a whole lot of fun. The whole game was just a lot of fun. I don't really have one that I can think of.
Any particular plays from that game you remember that were impactful?
I don't really remember.
Kind of a
whole
weird
lot.
punt or something. I was just thinking about something out of the ordinary. But the fact that beating them after 20 years is a big deal, of course.
And I do remember one of my buddies actually who was basically a blocker all year. He ended up having like 2 or 3 touchdowns in the game, and nobody would have guessed it. So that was really cool.
You always like those surprises for sure.
Yeah.
Eli, how about you? Favorite memories?
I would say the highlight of my high school career was winning the district championship this year. I mean, we just worked really, really hard to get back to that point from losing it the year prior. And so it felt great to finally win it.
Put that behind you. That's good.
Yeah.
And any other moments you can think about as far as and they don't have to just be milestones that you put on the wall, but just, I don't know, maybe locker room discussions or anything off court that you've talked with your coaches or even some of the other players that you can remember. We can bring that back later too when we're discussing some of the other similar things. But okay, so we talked about favorite memories. What about funny moments, ridiculous things that have happened during the game? You mentioned sort of one there.
Yeah.
Briar, it seems like you have one on your mind. You're like, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm going to.
It wasn't really like I didn't have one off my mind, but I have one now.
Okay.
I remember we were playing football at Potosi, and one of the kids had come off on the sideline. Our safety actually had just tackled somebody or something, and his finger was dislocated.
Oh,
okay.
man.
And he was like, he didn't even realize it until he came over and he looked at it. He was like, oh my gosh. And we were all like, that's gross. Get away from us.
Your
And
finger's dislocated.
Yeah. And he finally, I think it was our coach came over and he's like, hold on. Boop, and popped it right back in place. He's like, oh, dude, I'm good. And then he went right back on the field.
And he's
like,
back
not
on the
even
field.
the next play. And I was like, what
Man,
in the world?
that is putting every bit of effort into that game. Do you remember who that was?
It was Ethan Rising. He
Okay,
was,
we got to name
junior.
him because that's quite a gutsy move to get back on the field.
Yeah.
I don't need that finger. No big deal. I'm just
good.
going to go out there and play.
Yeah.
Abby, what about you?
Okay, so last summer, Brittany Biddick, she is a
I
junior.
love how we're naming names tonight. We're just bringing out everybody. Right?
Brittany Biddick is very into barrel racing and like horses and
Okay,
stuff.
cool.
Well, Coach DeSalma, he was a new coach this year, his assistant, and I don't think understood how serious Biddick was about things. Like, she doesn't joke around. Well, Biddick said that she was going to ride her horse to practice the next day. And sure enough, from Rocking Horse Farms, like it's a ways
Mm-hmm.
to the softball fields, and I'm driving up to the field, and literally Biddick is on the side of the road. Her mom is following her in her truck with a stock trailer behind her.
That's awesome.
And so literally Biddick pulls it up, ties it to a tree, like lets it sit there for warm-ups, and then Jane, her mom, puts a horse in the stock trailer and drives home, and that was it.
That's awesome.
It was absolutely
Now,
bizarre. I
there's
could not believe
no
it.
horsing around on that one. See,
Yeah, there you
I
go.
knew I'd redeem myself.
Set you up.
There it is.
Hey, big shout out to Horse Girl, Brittany
Horse
Bennett.
girl. Yeah.
Horse Girls, that's her nickname, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, one quick funny moment from Eli. We're going to take a break?
Oh,
Or
go ahead.
Can we do that?
You
Okay,
good?
Eli,
Go ahead.
get us a funny moment before we go to the
All right,
break.
I think the funniest moment that has happened while I was at Pius was when Noah Pasalico decided he was going to guard John Wyke one-on-one during our districts game this year. And that didn't go so well for Noah, but it's okay.
It's all right. Did he dunk on him?
No,
or
no, he
something?
just hit a smooth crossover and then just hit a 3 right in his mouth. It was
All right, thanks, Eli. And that's Main Street Sports. We need to take a break. We'll be right back.
Well, I will tell you this right before we say this.
Yeah.
Robert Coonley has told me straight up to you here, Abby. He confirms what you were talking about just now. So there's a confirmation
Okay.
right
Oh, the
there
horse
from Coach,
story?
Yeah.
from Coach Coonley. So
That
there
is
you go.
not a lie.
That's awesome.
It's all truth.
We're going to take a break here. We will be right back.
What you guys do for Jefferson County sports, it doesn't go unnoticed by the coaches in all
appreciate that.
sports.
Yeah, I
All
appreciate
sports.
that.
You know, I have a lot of friends that are head, basketball coaches, and I've been, of course, around Jefferson County all my life and followed all kinds of sports even before I got into the coaching. So what you guys do to help promote it with the kids is unbelievable, and we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
For you guys to take your time and what you do is awesome. It's awesome.
Well, we try, we work hard, and we think they deserve it. Kids deserve to be able to be seen, and if we can turn out kids in the community to better them, get them in college, and make them a better citizen, that's the key. All right, thanks for watching Main Street Sports tonight. We appreciate everybody being on the Facebook waves, the Periscope waves. We'll tell you exactly where we're at. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and our brand new Roku channel, which we're going to talk about right now. You can get a hold of our Roku channel by logging into videos.tkdssports.com. That will get you into the live stream STL Roku channel if you're interested in watching it on your TV. Wouldn't it be nice to have some Jefferson County sports or shows right straight on our Roku channel? So check that out, videos.tkdssports.com. Also, we have a lot of stuff coming up. And as we speak, things are changing. So we've had so many things change just in the last couple 3 hours, and we'll run this real quick with you here. So tomorrow, tentatively, for our pending rain, I would gather to say at this point, we will be over at Crystal City High School. The time is 6 o'clock for graduation. So we will have that on Livestream STL Facebook. Also, we'll be over at Hillsborough High School Monday night for Monday Night Lights, not Friday Night Lights, but Monday Night Lights. We're calling for rain, so I foresee if we get a bad enough rain, we'll be moving that Crystal City graduation. But Hillsborough High School, we will be over there at 8 o'clock for Monday Night Lights, highlighting the academic honors over there at Hillsborough High School. We'll also, same time there, I believe that's 7 o'clock, we'll be at Windsor High School for the Seniors 2020 Parade over at Windsor High School. And then so that's Monday. Tuesday, we'll be over at St. Pius High School doing their graduation. That will be at 6 o'clock sharp. That will be on all of our channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Roku channel, Periscope, YouTube, and all of our Facebook pages. So we got a loaded day there for St. Pius fans there on Tuesday. Wednesday, we'll be over at Herculaneum High School for their Seniors 2020 Parade. I believe that is at 7 o'clock, so tune in, and that will be live here on a Facebook page, probably on all of our outlets as well. Tell you a little bit about our Vindel Services in Bada Bing Classics car show. That is Saturday, May 30th at 10:30, from 10:30 to 3. 11 trophy classes, free food and drink, bring your own adult beverages there, we see that. And get a hold of Vindel Services and Bada Bing Classics if you're interested there. 636-638-2500. He's back over at the Venti Beauty Bar, which is right next door to us where we are right now. Chris Schweigert at the Venti Beauty Bar. Give him a call. 314-610-5523 at the Venti Beauty Bar. Also, you can be sold while sanitizing. Contact Tara James over at Coldwell Banker Gundaker at 573-535-8038. Located at 502 South Truman in Festus, Missouri. Tara James, one of our great sponsors here at Livestream STL. And if you're interested in sponsoring with us, you got to give us a call, 314-852-4398 or livestreamstl@outlook.com. We are looking for sponsors for upcoming shows, but we are also going to be looking at picking up some baseball games here this summer. American Legion, got some Slava ball games, things like that. So sponsor with us, 314-852-4398, or give us an email at livestreamstl@outlook.com. We're going to open up the Facebook waves and our microphones again. Guys, we're having a good show here so far. Appreciate you guys all being here. And we're going to start our second segment here. Take it away, Mr. Stu Mack.
All right, and I don't know if we mentioned tonight, we're in the Brick.
We're in the Brick Bistro, yes.
And this is a lovely place to eat, and they're hoping to open next week.
Next Friday.
Next Friday.
Friday we're opening. Yep.
And I've been here many times to have lunch or a little bit of dinner. So big fan of the Brick.
Larry Rice is actually sitting right behind you.
Yeah, the owner's back
giving
there.
us the thumbs up. He told us Friday it's going to be open, and it's carry out only, right? Carry out, delivery, and curbside. That's what it is.
And are the pork wings back on pig wings?
Pig wings.
Saturdays only, of course.
Yes,
Saturdays only, and they're massive. They're delicious.
They're massive chunks of deliciousness.
What else do you want? They're seasoned perfectly. They're made perfectly. They're at the Brick. So come get them next Saturday at least.
Yeah, right.
So good stuff. All right. Coming back into the program now. So we were talking about funny moments before we get interrupted by a break. Oh,
Sorry,
we left.
man.
Well, that's okay.
Got to pay the bills.
Jeff, I kind of want to hand it over to you because you had some more of the philosophical questions, and I know you like to give me those questions, but I'm actually going to give them to you because you're so well at asking those. So if you can hear me, good old buddy.
I can hear you fine, Stu. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Yes, I do like to wax philosophic every once in a while. Couple of questions first, right off the bat, specific here, and I'm going to throw this out to all of the athletes because all of our athletes on our panel today are really, when you talk to their coaches, when they were talking about our senior athletes, leadership is the word that comes up, and not just because they're seniors, but because all of these three athletes have exhibited leadership along the way, these qualities that have impressed their coaches, and certainly I've seen these qualities as we've watched all three of our athletes today play. I'm going to start with Briar because that's when you talk to anyone at DeSoto, and I mentioned your name, I mentioned Briar Fisher, they said leader, and I guess what has sports taught you about being a good leader, and how has it taught you that those leadership qualities, how have they transcended or translated during this whole pandemic that we're going through right now?
I think sports have definitely taught me the whole. There's a big difference. I've always been told that there's a big difference in a leader between like a boss kind of leader, and then there's just the leader that does what everybody else does, but they just lead them through it, right? And I've always tried to be the leader that leads them through it. I'm not going to boss them around and tell them how to do things. I'm going to show them how to do things, and that's just and sports have helped me show that tremendously. So
that's a really good points there. Eli, what about you? How have you honed your leadership skills at St. Pius over the years, and what has sports taught you about being a leader?
I think in order to have success in life, you just have to be a leader, and it really just helps you out in life.
And has learning and acquiring leadership qualities or being a leader, has this helped you during this whole downtime?
Yeah, it has. I mean, it's helped me stay positive through it all, because it's really easy to get really down on yourself here and be like really sad, but you just got to stay positive through it all.
Next up, Abby Chips. Abby, I'm obviously more familiar with you, having seen you play, coming in, starting as a freshman. You had some pretty good leaders on that team coming in as a freshman, and I know that you grew into that role your last few years here at Jefferson, especially in softball, but also in basketball too. What do you think sports has taught you about leadership?
I think that it has taught me that there's always got to be someone to fill the role, and even if someone has to step up, and sometimes you don't have a choice. And I think that I can take that with me the rest of my life too. So I mean, just in a job or anything, there has to be a leader, and someone has to be able to hold everybody else accountable and bring everybody together and really just bring a team together, and I think that's very important.
And as far as how that translates into surviving what we're going through right now, how does that work for you?
Well, like Eli said, it's very important to stay positive, and there's just a lot of negativity, I feel in the world right now, and it's very important to enlighten, I guess, the people around you, and I think that building them up also helps you bring yourself up.
Well, you all three have very mature perspectives on things right now. Unfortunately, kind of forced into it a little bit by what the world is going on in the world. I'm going to start out with Abby on this questions. And I've seen it. You see it all the time when you guys are playing, regardless of the sport. You see the little kids, and the little kids are watching you. And I'm sure at one point you all were little kids, and you were watching the high school and college athletes, and you're thinking that you wanted to be like them. But what do you want to say to some of these kids that are watching you all the time, that want to follow in your footsteps? This is your time, your form to give some of that knowledge back.
Yeah, well, this might sound kind of cheesy, but I would say just have fun. I think sports are made to have fun, and have fun watching them, have fun playing them. And I don't know, I feel as a society almost the world has kind of changed their views on how sports are supposed to be looked at, and just keep in mind that it's they're there to have fun. And I don't mean to turn this into a lecture as far as parents, but it's you can't make a kid love a sport, passion grows. So I would say just make sure they're having fun. If they like it, great. If they don't, then you can't force anybody into anything.
As the great baseball player from the 60s and 70s, Willie Stargell, said, they call it play ball. They don't call it work ball.
Right, yeah.
That's exactly right.
And if you're not having fun, it's not worth doing.
Right.
And obviously, Abby, even on your worst day, I've seen you find joy in what you're doing somehow. Yeah. And I think that's really an important lesson there. Eli, what about you? What about the young ballers out there that are looking up to you saying, hey, I want to be just like that guy. I like the way he shoots from that lefty. I'm a lefty too.
Just work hard and never get discouraged. You might fail, but that's okay. Just keep working. You'll just get better from there.
Solid answer there. Now, Brian, you've got a younger brother. Levi is younger than you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually have 3 younger brothers. So there's two
Oh
more.
my goodness!
Yeah,
So
there's two more.
Are you
underneath
the
Levi.
oldest?
I am. Yes.
Okay, so you've got a lot of people that are looking up to you. A lot of young guys. They probably want to play football, basketball, baseball too. What do you want to tell these? Not only your brothers, but some of the other kids that come out to your games every Friday night or on the field. For baseball.
I think I'm going to piggyback off a lot what Abby said. You just got to have fun. There's so much. Whenever you learn to love the game and to just really enjoy what you're doing, it's so much easier to put the work in and to be hardworking and to really push yourself into it, because you know that when you go on the field or you go on the court or you go on the wherever you decide to go, that it's just fun. You're just doing this to have fun. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and even when things aren't going the way that you want them to, there are still things that you can find about the game and your teammates and the experiences that are fun. So whether that's on a long bus ride home or whatever. Now, I have some specific questions, and I'm going to ask. Start off with Eli here. Eli, as we said, you're going to be a fighting bee as opposed to just a regular bee, or a fighting bee.
Correct.
At St. Ambrose. So, not a drone, not a worker. You're a fighter,
honey.
But
there's many of those.
Do they have you projected? Do they have you? Are they looking at playing you at point guard or shooting guard?
The coaches have said that I'm gonna play the 2 through the 4.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
The 2 through the 4 is what the coaches want me to play.
Oh, okay. So have you been working specifically on that in those positions? And
yeah, I've been working a little bit on post moves since I'm going to have to be playing the 4, because I've never really had to do that. So I've been working a lot on that and working on ball handling for the 2 and just keep shooting for the 3.
Excellent. And we hope to follow along in your career as well. And I always like to follow the kids as they go on to the next level. Abby, now you've known for quite a while now that you wanted to go to Indiana State, and I've heard you talk before about how it was sort of a chance thing, and then they asked you to come out and look, and you just kind of fell in love with the whole program and everything. But
Right.
You've at least at Jefferson, you've played shortstop all of your career. Any chance that they may move you around the diamond, or maybe project you maybe at second base or some other places?
Yeah, so I've talked to my coach out over there, Pooch, and he said that I'll most likely be playing quite a bit of middle infield, and he said especially playing second base. The last time I talked to you about it, it was before coronavirus deal, but and there was a senior that's graduating as a leadoff hitter and a second baseman, so that would kind of be a spot that I would maybe be able to fill. And but he also said I'll probably be seeing some outfield too. So.
Well, I'm sure you can utilize your speed and your arm strength in the outfield as well.
Yeah.
Now, have you been working anything, specifically like, trying to turn double plays from the second base position and things of that nature?
Yeah, I was going to say, like, a main difference between, like, shortstop and second base is just, like, angles and, like throwing, so slot throws are different. Just the angles, everything, and just placement, I guess, is going to be a challenge, but I'm up for it. Absolutely.
Now, they haven't asked you to change your batting style at all, have they?
No, not at all. No.
I was going to say, I wouldn't mess with that. If it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. That's for sure. Now, as we said when we started the show, Briar has certainly got the credentials and the arm to back up to play baseball at the next level, and we're hoping that as things start to open back up, that college coaches can take note and of his obviously being the quarterback and a passing quarterback as well as a pitcher on the team. Arm strength is there, so I know that the NJCAA has just opened up, or will open up, their recruiting period again tomorrow night at 11:59. But so next week, hopefully, they'll get on the recruiting trail soon. D1, D2, D3 has not opened anything up yet. We're waiting for them. But if anybody's watching out there, I've seen this young man play both sports, and he definitely deserves a shot at the next level. So give him a contact him whenever it's legal to do so, and he can. I'm sure he can help out your baseball team this fall. So, just wanted to throw that plug in there. Before I send it back to you, Stu, just a personal note. I've seen all three of these athletes play. I've seen Abby play more than anyone else. Back at my days at the radio station here locally, I had the honor of. I was working as a PA announcer that day, but Will Cheshire, if you remember Will, Stu, Will Cheshire was a sports director. He came out to do a game, and it was early in the season. And I think Abby went 4 for 4, 4 runs scored that day, and Sarah Handerham pitched a great game, et cetera, et cetera. A big win for the Blue Jays. And
just another game at the Blue Jays, yeah. Right.
I was there. So I was there to witness Abby's first interview with the media, and kind of be a part of that, and that was really cool. And here we are 4 years later, not the finish that we wanted to. Track and field got squashed for her senior year, but this is what may be one of her last interviews. So before she heads up to the next level. So Abby, you know how I feel about you. I can't wait to see what you do at Indiana State. And, if I don't see you again before you leave, I'll be following you, and I'll be cheering from back in Jefferson County for you.
Thank you.
As will I for all you guys.
Appreciate it.
And you guys do. Yeah.
And you guys do.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all I have, Stu. I'm going to send it back to you for further examination of the witnesses.
Sure. It does kind of feel like that. No, we don't feel like we're in court, do we? No, this is a lot better than court. We're in the brick. So I did want to follow up on a question that Jeff was asking earlier, talking about the youngsters and looking up to you guys, and of course they're going to do that, and they do all the time. I'm sure they're asking you questions about different things. But so when did you all figure out that I want to do this? This is the position I want to play. This is I want to be a pitcher or a quarterback, or I want to play basketball. So let's go up and down the list just between all of you here, and we'll see kind of where that aha moment happens. Because, Briar, I'll start with you, because you kind of touched on it a little bit, just saying, hey, find what you're good at, and kind of hit that and have fun with it. So when did you hit that sweet spot for your athletic career?
For baseball, it was basically just as I grew up, my whole life. I've always loved to play baseball, and since T-ball, it was just something I enjoyed to do. So that was just something that kind of stuck. But football was one that I was back and forth with. But I remember when I was about 9 or 10, I think, my older cousin played at DeSoto, and he was the quarterback. And that was when I was like, I'm going to be that kid someday. I want to be that guy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's whenever my mind was made up there. So
there you go. So you've always got somebody. See, the younger guys are looking up to you all, and you all did that at some time. Let's go to Eli. Eli, do you remember where it was like, man, I'm just going to do this. This is going to be my sport?
I first started playing basketball in second grade. So ever since then, I've just my love for the games just kept growing and growing, and here I am today.
It always fascinates me that, we really don't have an NBA team here to really kind of look up to. We've had some spurts with Mizzou and maybe the Billikens a little bit here and there, but nothing that's been a consistent thing. So what were some of your heroes from the basketball side growing up?
Kobe Bryant was the first one I can remember. I just loved watching him play back in 2010 when they won the championship. And then, growing up, I learned to love Larry Bird, Magic, MJ, and players like that.
Yeah, you got to look up to those guys too. Abby, what do you think? When did you know that you were going to do what you're doing now?
Well, I knew at a young age that softball was the thing that I was just going to stick with. But I actually started out, I played Little League Baseball up until my 6th grade year. And when I switched to softball, I absolutely hated it.
Really?
It was just not for me.
That is interesting.
But it grew on me.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I would say, I was little whenever I figured that out, because I really didn't play any other sports. I played Blue Jay Bombers when I was really little, but it just wasn't for me. And then with track, actually, I didn't run track in middle school at all. I just kind of decided I was gonna run track my freshman year, and I think Sarah Hanterhan had a lot to do with that. I would say really influenced me to
We don't know
run
who that
track.
is.
Yeah, right. And also Melanie Rugley, my softball coach for my first 2 years of high school. She really pushed me to be a 3-sport athlete, and I can really thank her for that now. I feel like that has helped me a lot, like with athleticism altogether. So.
I find it interesting with some of the high school athletes I talk to sometimes, whether it's baseball or basketball, whatever sport it is. I find that sometimes maybe some of the younger guys are like they don't watch the sport at all. They don't participate in it, and I always found that kind of strange to me to say that, this is something that you do all the time and that you love to do. So I'm glad to hear that all of you have loved it from an early age to kind of continue doing that, because you have to love what you do, like
Right.
Jeff was saying. To follow up on your what you were talking about there, Abby, did you watch? Are you a big baseball buff? Or were you watching baseball? Is it no?
Not at all.
Okay, so that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
So, did you have a softball? No, nothing.
Not at all.
Good for you. I
just like to play the game.
I
That
like
was
that.
really
I
it.
like that. I mean, nobody looks up to the people that play billiards, So,
Yeah.
whatever. If you're a pool player, you don't really have a favorite pool player, do you? I mean, I don't know. You might. Jeff, do you have a favorite billiards player?
He would have a favorite.
I'm sure he does, actually.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
That's okay. That's okay. It's probably best you didn't hear. So, we were talking about, some of the younger people that may be looking up to you. Now, what are you going to tell when you're old and gray and, you've lived your life and you've done other things that you've wanted to do? What are you going to tell youngsters about the time you're living in now? Because it is an unprecedented thing. It'll never happen again, or at least it didn't happen at least for 100 years. So hopefully it doesn't happen again in our lifetime. Yeah. But just going around the table, what are you going to tell the youngsters when you're older about this coronavirus thing and what you had to endure during it? Briar, what do you think?
So the first part of it will be the old mean man in me to say whenever my grandkids or my great grandkids or even my own kids are complaining about something, I'd be like, well, you should have seen it back in 2020. We had the coronavirus and we had to live through that.
That's a good point. That's good.
Back when I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
We couldn't even go outside.
Yeah, we're stuck in our homes.
Yeah, I like it.
But the other side of it is that we all kind of realized that before this we were on our phones or we were doing all that stuff way too much, and then we got stuck inside and we didn't want to be on our phones all the time, and we got back out, we got to talk to people, and we got really closer, like a whole lot closer.
That's good. That's good reflection. Abby, what do you think?
I will definitely say something along the lines of not taking things for granted. And whenever Ray sent me those questions earlier, whenever I saw that one, I thought,
Well, it's my fault now.
Yeah. But
Blaming him.
No,
Yeah,
I really got to thinking like ever since since we've been young kids, our plan was to graduate high school and walk across the stage, get our diplomas, shake somebody's hand, and that's not how it's gonna go. And it's just crazy to think that's how it was supposed to go, and I don't know, we walked through the halls and went through our last day of school and we didn't even know it.
idea.
And that's just bizarre.
Oh, man.
It's crazy.
There's something to think about there. I was
Yeah.
thinking, have you seen that tweet, or it's a meme or something out there? It's about the last time you played wiffle ball or any other sport when you were a kid. It's like no one realized it at the time, but that was the last game, and I pitched a no-hitter. And no one remembers that.
Yeah.
Eli, it's similar feelings for you?
I'll definitely use the mean old man card.
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
said.
yeah.
But yeah, definitely don't take anything for granted because you never know when it'll be gone.
Yeah, I think the craziest thing that I've noticed during this coronavirus time for ourselves, as I have wife and kids, and how we're reflecting on things, and I've talked to other people with kids too, and we've all been saying we're not home enough.
Yeah.
We just realized we're not home at all. We're gone on Sundays, gone on Mondays, and all these things. So, so it's nice to be home together, but now we know how to be together with other people once we can get out of our houses. I think that's the biggest thing we can do. All right. Well, that's pretty much a wrap on the program, I believe. Am I wrapping it up? Are you wrapping it up?
Well, why don't we throw
shoot over to
out
Ray.
some commercials real quick, and,
Let's do that.
and then we'll wrap up and and get all of ourselves. Jeff, are you still there, my friend?
I am.
Good deal. Good deal. Hang with us just a little bit longer, and we'll wrap this up and put a neat little bow on it for these seniors, and we will be right back.
Yeah, Rand, I'll say real quick, I really admire what you guys do with this. I think everybody who's ever tuned into one of these, whether it's a Legion game, whether it's a high school baseball game, with basketball, football, whatever it is, I've heard nothing but tremendous feedback about Livestream STL and what you guys do and the quality of production, things like that. I would really encourage anybody who's involved in athletics throughout the county, or really anywhere in the metro area, anybody who's interested in sponsoring activities to get on board and get involved in this. I think it's added a ton to what we do here. It's added a ton to the program. You guys are a class act. You're committed to doing things the right way, and we really appreciate that.
And we're back here. Thanks so much for watching Main Street Sports. Appreciate everybody being on here. I know there's parents, there's students, other seniors watching, different organizations watching, giving us phone calls and all that fun stuff. So it's been an interesting night. So we appreciate Larry Rice over here. He's over here in the corner playing on his computer. He told me, he said, I've been coming here the last couple of weeks just to, kind of, it's a quiet place to be at, and it's cool, So
he's working from work.
Yeah, he is. He's working from work, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we appreciate him having us in, and we're going to try to do another show before they open up here, and we will work something out between now and don't forget they open up next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday. So make sure you come out to the Brick Bistro. I'm going to go through our schedule next week, our crazy schedule.
Yeah, well, we've got time. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've got a little bit here. So
let's go ahead and take a break, guys.
Yeah, you guys can take a break.
He's going to go through this long list.
It's going to be a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be a little
events.
bit. So we start tomorrow night, weather permitting. Tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, we'll be out at Crystal City High School. That'll be on Livestream STL Facebook. We will be over at Hillsboro High School Monday at 8 o'clock. That will also be on Livestream STL Facebook. Also, the Windsor High School Senior Parade 2020 is Monday. That's at 7. So Hillsboro 8, Windsor at 7 on Monday. Tuesday looks like this. St. Pius, we will be over at their graduation. That will be a 6 o'clock start.
I feel like you're doing the weather.
I know.
Something. It's like a weather report.
Right?
And then Wednesday, cloudy with a high around 72.
Hey, this is a good problem for us right now. So when we wrap up the week, Wednesday, at Herculaneum High School for their seniors 2020 parade, and that I believe also is at 7 o'clock. And I almost forgot to put this in here. Somewhere in between all this, we're going to have the coach's box, and it will probably be here. We are either going to have one here Tuesday. It looks like we're going to move that to maybe earlier in the morning, maybe late morning, I should say. So it's definitely going to be earlier. So we'll have a scheduled time here shortly for you guys on that.
It could be the coach's brick box.
It could be. It's the coach's brick box. I like that. Very, very nice. I like it. Coach's box of the brick.
There you go.
So, and I wanted to make sure we got one more time here. Don't forget to check out our Roku channel. This is how you get a hold of it. $4.99 a month. It's pretty cheap. That's like going to one high school game. $4.99 a month. Videos.tkdssports.com. That's how you get a hold of it. Log in there and you can sign up for the Livestream STL Roku channel. Make sure you do that. And pay the bills one quick second here. He's back over at the Venti Beauty Bar. Chris Schweigert. Call for an appointment. 314-610-5523. Chris Schweigert over at the Venti Beauty Bar. Tara James over at Coldwell Banker Gundaker. You can be sold while sanitizing. Give Tara James a call at 573-535-8038, located at 502 South Truman in Festus. Also, don't forget, just right behind us over here, we will have the Vindel Services and Bada Bing Classics Car Show. That is Saturday, May 30th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 11 trophy classes, free food and soft drinks. Give Vinny, who's a great guy, really love Vinny. Does a great job over there at Vindell Services LLC and Bada Bing Classics. Give him a call at 636-638-2500 for any other extra details. Okay, I've done my thing. So we're going to open back up to you guys here. And I just want to do final thoughts here real quick. And let me see if I can do this. I did this with Jeff. Let's see if I can do it.
You can do it.
There it is. I did it. So this is kind of how this works for me. I've covered all three of you guys, and I appreciate the hard work you guys put in. I appreciate the, I've interviewed every single one of you. I think have I interviewed you before? Yeah. Well, we got you a couple times, Briar, for the videos and things like that. So, you know our face and our name a little bit, but we appreciate you kind of being our first year out, because this is our first full year finishing as Livestream STL, and we've learned a lot with you guys. You guys have been our guinea pigs, but at the same time, you have been, just cool to work with, and I know that this is, you guys are kind of in a way the pioneers of this for us. So you guys are always welcome to come back to Livestream STL. Anytime you see us on location, come by, say hi. We're friends here now, and we want to make sure that we keep it that way. And we wish you guys the best. So don't be strangers, okay? All right. So Jeff Whitener, last final question for you, or final thoughts for you, sir?
I have two final thoughts, Ray.
Okay.
First off, it's whether I'm working for Livestream or in my capacity, as a public address announcer and doing a lot of games around the county. It's very difficult for me not to do what we do and not get at least a little emotionally invested in these athletes. Yeah. You get to see them play, you get to talk to them and learn about their personalities, and
right.
and I don't know Briar as well, but I've watched him play, and I've heard people talk about him. We've got three really quality young people here,
yeah.
And I'm going to miss watching them play. But by the same token, I'm very, very excited for the future, for their future, and to see what they can do. And along those same lines, and I said it last week, Stu, and these remarkable young people, not only because of their athletic skills, academic skills, etc., but because of their character too. We're going through a very difficult time in our country right now, but I personally feel very optimistic for the future when you get to sit down and you get to talk to young people like this,
yeah.
Who are talented, who are smart, who have a very good head on their shoulder, and are probably mature, wise beyond their years, and that makes me feel good about things. And I'll send it over to you, Stu.
All right. Yeah, hey, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you all coming on the program tonight, and it really has been fun to kind of hear your stories and what you've been up to. I kind of want to go around the table and just can we do
Sure.
last second shout outs if
Sure.
they want to shout out anybody
Absolutely.
that's watching or
Absolutely.
anything. I don't know, whatever kind of thoughts you would have ending it up. Let's start with Eli down there. Any last second shout outs?
Shout out to all my friends. I miss you guys. Can't wait for this to all be over, and shout out to my family.
There you go. Abby.
Shout out to my friends as well. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my coaches. That's all I got.
Okay.
Same thing, I
Levi.
guess.
I don't
Shout out to my
covers everybody.
friends, shout out to my family, and yeah, definitely shout out to my coaches. So,
Well, it's been an important night to hear what they're going to be doing next, and what the future holds for all of these individuals and their athletic careers. And it's all been here on Main Street Sports.
Absolutely. So, Stu, can we let people know that you're working on a new show with us?
Sure, we can do that
Go
now. So, working on the Chat with Stu Mack show, and hopefully to have that live here on this channel at some point in the future. I'm not going to give you any specific dates. I'm just going to let you just wish that it was
dangled
next,
the
it was
carrot
next
there.
week.
Did
Yeah.
you see what he just did there? Just dangled the carrot for y'all.
Yeah. Oh, I got $1.
There it is. Yeah.
It's going to be
Gotta be quicker than that.
Yeah. So it's I'm deeming it a hyper local show.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about local politics and local anything. But also we'll dabble in religion. We'll talk about sports. We'll talk about just about anything that's on my mind. So that's the Chat with Stu Mack show, hopefully live soon on Livestream STL and podcasts and all over the world. And hopefully people will tune in and we'll get some conversations going. And that's the whole point of it, is get conversations going, not yelling matches. That's something
Right.
that I've seen in our country, even maybe not locally. We're pretty good at it around this area, but as far as the country is concerned, and Twitter and social media and all these things, people are just yelling and bashing each other so much that they don't have a real conversation about anything. And I think Livestream STL is a great medium to be able to have that conversation. So hopefully you can join me in that discussion on the Chat with Stu Mack show coming up on Livestream STL.
There's your shameless plug.
Thank you. And it's sponsored by me.
Sponsored by Stu Mack himself right there. Speaking of sponsors, we're going to end with this real quick. Just to let you know, we are looking for sponsors right now to basically be the main sponsor for all of these shows that we're working on right now. Plus, we're looking for a main sponsor for our upcoming baseball season and for football season as well. So if you're interested in doing that, we would hugely love to have you on board with us here at Livestream STL. You give us a call, 314-852-4398 or livestreamstloutlook.com. Make sure you sponsor with us. We would super appreciate that. We'd love to keep covering just the community here in Jefferson County right now. So
Ray, if I may,
go ahead.
may I piggyback on that?
Absolutely.
Obviously, because of the times we were in, many businesses have been forced to shut their doors, at least temporarily. Businesses like the Brick Bistro here that you guys are at and it's wonderful they let us in tonight, and we can let the world know that they're going to be opening back up for curbside service and for carryout, and hopefully very soon they'll be open for everything. But this is an opportunity that does not cost a lot of money to sponsor,
Right.
whether it's these shows or upcoming sporting events, that to show the world that, hey, we're back, and we're back for business, and we're here for you with our goods and services. So give Ray a call, and I'm sure he'll be happy to work something out with you.
Absolutely. Appreciate that shameless plug as well. There it is. Well, we're wrapping up. Thanks so much, guys, for a great show.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And,
Good for having us.
appreciate you guys being here and under the crazy circumstances that we have going on, but we're making the best of it, and that's all we can do at this point. So for all of us here at Livestream STL, we're going to say so long. Have a wonderful week. We will see you. When's the next time? Oh, tomorrow night. I'm trying to think. When's the
Go
next
through
time
the list again?
Yeah, I got to go through the list again. Hopefully tomorrow night from Crystal City, but if
No
not,
rain.
we'll be at some other school sometime, and we'll keep you posted here on Livestream STL's Facebook page. So have a great night.